didn't have a lot of height on it. He knew what his responsibility was on the last tackle.
Parramatta needed that, and here they are at the 4. Keating's pass looks flat, maybe a little more than flat. No call from the touch judge. He fires it this time to Kelly. Goes to Lasalo. Morgan on the line. Waiselli read it beautifully, didn't he? Jammed in from the wing and made an important stop right there. Here's Lasalo again. Plenty of touches since coming off the bench. We'll play it 30 away from the Panthers line. 18 minutes remaining. No question, Parramatta have to be next to score in this one. High march. It's about 25 metres away. Last play, and they produce a good attacking kick. Kelly it is who has the responsibility. Not a bad one, but Coote gets to it in plenty of time and brings it back. And he'll be tackled about 5 metres out from his own goal.
Yeah, I know what he was trying to do, to earn his team another set of 6, but I would have liked to see the ball placed in the air. A real contest. And then it becomes between the attacking team and Lachlan Coote in an isolated situation. There's more benefit in doing that than just rolling along the ground.
Jennings almost losing the handles and fought the tackle to get back to his feet. He's able to hang on to it. 4 gone for the Panthers. Here's Grant. Picked off there by Tim Manor. Go back to the short side. Here's some pressure as a result on Blake Austin, who has to kick it with his left boot and kicks it out on the full. Well, there you go. They've been kicking early in the tackle count. Decided to go down to the last this time.
Well, that's an interesting
enormous pressure, wasn't it?
Well, it's an interesting one because Lachlan Coote has been doing a lot of their long kicking. Was stationed on the right side of the field. He needed to be on that left edge. They put plenty of pressure on themselves here, Penrith.
Parramatta, they might find a way to give it straight back to them if they keep miscommunicating on passes like that one. Paulo playing it. Sander. Now he takes them on off the left foot, but Plum wasn't falling for any dummies or any fakes from the halfback. The 20 away though. Here's Keating going past Kelly. Another ball hits the ground. There's been plenty of that tonight. Morgan trying to get to the outside there of Daniela. Get some help from Syker. He'll play it about 9 metres out. They've got 2 plays left. Here's Hayne grubbering. Coote is there again. Really warming to the task the longer this game goes. Lovely position there to come up with the ball on the run.
He's found his rhythm now, Lachlan Coote. But Parramatta, when they have the ball, it's just not crisp when they shift it. Too many passes are going to ground. And it just allows the opposition defence to move forward, steady themselves, and then make a decision. Not being challenged enough.
Newton playing it. Goes to play. Moves it up towards the halfway line. And one more tackle here. In fact, they want time out because there's concern. The Parramatta player who's been left on the turf here. Is it Matt Keating?
He's not calm. Yeah, we go back to play.
I can't tell. Yeah, it looks like Matt Keating.
This came out of the tackle awkwardly. Penrith were desperate to play the ball away with one more tackle to come. And the referees were straight onto the fact that he had been hurt here. Just a head clash with Nigel Plum.
Hang on. Okay, time back on. We've had 5 tackles. Go.
Now the kick from Coote. We're back underway. Take Matt Keating straight up the tunnel here. We'll have word on his condition as soon as we can. Kensio playing the ball for the Eels. Here's Chase Blair. Just outside the 30-metre line for Parramatta. Moi running hard. Stopped there by Plum over the top, and Simpkins underneath. Kelly. Other things at the moment from dummy half, it looks like, for Parramatta in this reshuffle. And now Sando going to the line and taking them on again. And the second time he's done that in the game. 2 in the last couple of possessions for Parramatta. Payne's kick. Around about the halfway line. He wants it to sit down. It'll just go touch and goal. There wasn't much in it, in fact. And Lachlan Coote will bring it back out to the 20. They need a result off a kick, don't they?
Most definitely. You know, Jared Hayne was hoping that that was going to stay in the in-goal area. Last roll, forced it dead. But there's still plenty of time left for Parramatta. Hayne's got to get his hands on the football. Sando is now starting to challenge the line. But they've got to do it off the back of fast play the ball, so they've got to dominate this ruck area.
Here's Simpkins, all out the back for Lachlan Coote. Standing in the tackle and looking behind him saying, oh boy, who's coming? And then saw Fui Moi and oh boy, I don't want to be held up here. He was trying desperately to get to the turf. Psycho, was he thinking about a kick early again from inside the 40? If he was, they got to him and made sure he didn't get it away. Now Kingston's looking, saying, who's organising? Here's Austin putting his hand up, and with no Luke Walsh there again, Penrith losing their way at the back end of the set of 6. That's what happened against the Warriors when they were up to that that game, up to their necks a couple of weeks ago, and lost their way with their kicking game at the back end of the set. Now Hayne bringing it back just beyond the 24, Parramatta.
They've really got to fight here, Parramatta. They've got to fight for fast play the balls. They're just getting dominated. They can get no rhythm and fluency in their attack at this stage.
They work it forward through Moi. Let's go downstairs to Adam McDougall for a report, Adam, on Matt Keating.
Yeah, Matthew Keating, concussion, guys. The last thing you remember is seeing a pink headgear coming at him from Nigel Plum.
Here's Nathan Hindmarsh going towards Lachlan Coote, and he gives it to Luke Burt, who will dive in and plant the ball down under the black dots. And Parramatta are far from done with yet.
There's some great hands. Some great offloads there from Parramatta. And they are in this contest. Moi up off the ground quick, which allowed Parramatta to go to the line. Lasalo onto Hindmarsh, who finds his little mate Luke Burt pushing up in support. It's a fast conversion from Luke Burt. And it's Penrith now, who find themselves only 6 in front. Parramatta.
Normal time.
Justin Paul brings it forward and will play it 15 away from their own line. Still 6 the difference once again. Moi. Charging there. Good tackle downstairs by Kingston. Kelly still working things from dummy half with Paulo playing out on the left-hand side. Here is Lasalo. Also on this left edge, taking it forward. Hindmarsh again. Room to move, going towards Newton. And also Nigel Plum. He's made some good metres in his last couple of possessions. Here's Sando showing it, going again himself. Better signs from the halfback. Well, he's taking them on, and Hayne almost losing it. Chipping over the top. Wants a bounce. Paulo had a play at it. And how brave was Lachlan Coote?
Well, Lachlan Coote, the last 10 or 15 minutes, he's put his body on the line. And that was a courageous effort. Paulo was chasing through. He knew there was going to be a collision there. He wasn't worried about it. But haven't Lasalo and Paulo made a difference to this Parramatta team? Lasalo's a line-breaking back row. Paulo's got that ability to pass before the line and in the line. And Lachlan Coote there. They've injured his left ankle.
He just collided, it looked like, with Paulo coming through as he threw himself on the ball.
Time on, play the ball.
He's been down on confidence. He's certainly found some in this second half, hasn't he? With a couple of runs in the middle of the field, putting his hand up. Terrific defensive plays also in this second period as well. Plum it is. Plays it there for Kingston. Comes across for Armit. Stuck there by Ryan and also Paul. As soon as they kick early here inside the 40, they do. Cycle loses his footing as he gets his boot on it as a result. Not a long kick. And Hayne brings it back. And they'll have it here on play number 1, almost back at their own 40.
Yeah, they're coming, aren't they? They're coming, Parramatta. Parramatta are playing to win. It looks as though Penrith are playing not to lose. They must continue to play football, Penrith. They've got to look to score points.
One more play the ball speed from the Eels in their last few sets of 6. Catching the markers out, and the Panthers have been struggling as a result. Here's Lasalo playing. Goes across to Moi. A fat ball there for Justin Paul, who did very well, but again, the supplier quickish play the ball. Sando has room to kick. With some pressure here on Lachlan Cootes. He was in the field of play when he caught it. Sando probably needed a little bit more height to put some real pressure there on Cootes.
Well, they need a good set of 6 here, Penrith. Watch Parramatta get off their line. They're already chewed up 3 tackles, and Penrith are going to find themselves kicking deep in their own half. They're starting to win these battles here, Parramatta. That's a good effort from Chase Blair getting up on Michael Jennings.
They went for a shift. Penrith to try and work it away from their own 20. And here they are, play number 5, back in the middle. And Coote has opened up the Eels. He goes towards Hayne. He was looking for support. And only Kingston was there, so he elected to hang on to it. But he plays it quickly. Last play for Penrith. What a let-off that was. That was a huge 5th play for the home side. And they won't mind kicking it dead here and forcing Parramatta to work it off their 20. There's concern here for Luke Lewis.
Well, let's hope it's not too serious. It might only be cramp, is it? See.
He's up behind the dead ball line at the other end of the field. Parramatta work it away from their own end. And Ricky Stewart has had a shocking run as New South Wales coach, with injuries to back rowers in particular. Lost Glenn Stewart last Monday night. That game between Manly and Melbourne. Here is Hindmarsh going to the line and popping a ball for Moi. He goes towards Coote. He shows it, gives it off. Jared Hayne is in. And Parramatta in a moment will be all square with the Panthers.
Well, Luke Lewis is still down in back play, but what about Parramatta? They haven't given up. We mentioned earlier about their ruck speed. It was lacking, and all of a sudden they found some energy. He hasn't moved. I think it is cramp. Luke Lewis trying to urge his teammates. He's been great tonight.
The veteran could have one last crack at Origin football before he retires. Luke Lewis watching on from the flat of his back as this play developed towards him. What a ball by Hindmarsh to Moi. And Lachlan Coote must have had eyes like dinner plates as Moi came towards him.
It was good work by Nathan Hindmarsh, but one of the ways to create ruck speed is to have numbers pushing in support of the man carrying the ball. It just takes away defenders.
Wait for it.
There was a little dummy there by Hindmarsh. Got in between defenders, found Fui. Game on.
Well, last year here, it was an all-time classic between the Panthers and the Eels. It was the Panthers who won 23-22, right on the bell. Completion rates have been good in this second half. As Hindmarsh again taking it to the line, another offload off the hands here of Kelly. Goes away from Sando. Back to Justin Paul. Inside the final 5. Not quite in field goal range as yet, but Hayne can kick it a mile. Here he is doing exactly that. Trying to lob it over the head of Lachlan Coote, then get it to sit down. It won't. And so the Panthers will bring it back out to their own 20. And the pressure now on both these teams not to make a mistake at their own end.
Yeah, the pressure builds. It's not long on the clock. Luke Lewis limping back around to his position on the bench. But Nathan Hindmarsh, what a game he's had. No, he's going straight up the tunnel, Luke Lewis.
It must be some sort of cramp to force him out of the game at this situation. Now Simpkins plays it for Penrith. And Serrato tries to work it forward. And now the kicking game, the Panthers in particular, becomes crucial at the back end of this set. 4 plays gone. See if they go early again here. They do, from outside the 40. Not a deep one once more from Cycle.